Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. If you are following the news, you may have heard that the National Film and Video Censors Board has announced that it will henceforth restrict the depiction of smoking, ritual killings, and money rituals in movies, music videos, and skits. The executive director of Censors Board, Shaibu Husseini, disclosed this in Enugu at a national stakeholders engagement on hashtag Smoke-Free Nollywood, which was a campaign organized in collaboration with Corporate Accountability and Public Participation Africa, CAPA. Husseini said the federal government would prohibit the depiction and glamorization of smoking, violence, criminal acts, immoral acts, ritual killings, and money rituals in Nollywood, Nigeria's film industry. He said, "I am delighted to announce to you that the Honorable Minister of Arts, Culture and the Creative Economy, Hanatu Musawa, under Section 65 of the NFVCB Act 2004, has approved the prohibition of money ritual killings, tobacco products, narcotic product production, glamorization, display in movies, musical videos, and skits, Regulation 2024. We have forwarded the approved copy to the Federal Ministry of Justice for Gazette," the official said. Now, this has thrown up a lot of questions. But first of all, the number one question was, why is it that players in the industry were not consulted before arriving at this decision? Because if you follow the story going further, you will discover now they are trying to organize the actors to inform them about this new decision. Because one of the modern techniques of management is bottom-up approach instead of top-bottom approach. Because what they did was a top-bottom approach, taking the decision at the top and then sending it down to the people at the bottom. But for you to have an effective governance structure that carries everybody along, you ought to practice bottom-up approach. Before they reach to the conclusion of prohibiting or banning certain actions or scenes in movies and musical videos, they ought to have consulted the players in the industry. But they are now consulting them after the fact. That was wrong, but that is typical of a government that don't really feel that it owes the people any explanation for any action that it does. It operates that with the idea that they are the ones in charge. They hand down all these things with military fiat. Then you have to obey. But forgetting that we are in a democracy where due process ought to reign supreme in every action and the inaction of government. Due process supposed to be the order of the day. Now, there are certain things that also need to be observed here. This is the road to hell is paved with good intention. They ban all these ones. They are telling us it is with good intention. They want to reduce smoking. They want to ensure that the movies does not encourage people to smoke. They say that they want to reduce ritual acts or ritual activities in the society by reducing its impact or by reducing its display in Nigerian movies. But the question you ask yourself, like I said, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. What else are they going to ban? Because one of the things they said that these ritual killings and all that gives Nigeria bad image. That's part of the excuse. They say ritual killings, ritual acts, glamorizing it gives Nigeria bad image. So they want it to be discarded because it gives bad image. But ritual killings are not the only things that give bad image to Nigeria. Corruption by politicians, in fact, gives far more bad image to Nigeria, because Nigeria is a password for corruption all over the world. That Nigeria today is the poverty capital of the world is largely as a result of corruption. And who are those perpetrating this corruption? They are politicians. They are political and elected officials. Nigeria today is one of the most corrupt countries in the world because of these politicians. So are we going to wake up one day and they will tell us that since corruption has given bad image to this country, we can't depict it in the movies? Because if we depict it in the movies, we are therefore acknowledging that we are a corrupt country. And we need to give our country a positive image around the world. Is that what they are going to do next? Stifle creativity. The truth of the matter remains, with the exception of the smoking aspect, which I consider important because of the health implication, that ritual killings, ritual money, and all that, that is a reflection of the Nigerian society. And I don't think that there is any creative person who operates in the creative space who will depict issue of money ritual and ritual killings that at the end of the day will not show that it was a bad thing, it is a bad thing, and that it does not work. Because that is the most important message. It doesn't work. One of the things that I don't know where Nigerians got it from is the mentality that people can be successful unless they have done some sinister things like money ritual or ritual killings. It's pervasive in this country. People believe that is it. They don't believe that somebody can be just successful, following the rules, being diligent, working hard, being creative, being innovative. There are so many people, and these things, they didn't learn it in the movies. The mentality that nobody is very rich unless the person is a ritualist. He has done this or has done that. That is a fact. So you can't say that the movie industry should not depict that fact, that belief of Nigeria. But when they depict it, oftentimes they also show that it doesn't work. At the end of the day, it will end in misery. Go and check all the Nigerian movies where they show this ritual, whatever. You also see that it ends in misery. So if you are sensible, you watch such movies, you will know where it will end you, and you will not be part of it. If really they are saying anything like ritual killing that make people rich. In fact, it was because of stories of all these ritual killings that I come across almost on a daily basis as somebody who operates in the media space. I have seen stories where a mother and one of her sons decided to kill the most senior son. Ritual killing. Why? So that the younger one will be successful as a Yahoo boy. Go and check, Google, you see things like that happening. You see all kinds of people doing all kinds of nasty things. And I doubt if they learn all these things from the media, from the movies. Very rampant. People doing some crazy stuff on the name of ritual killing for money. In fact, it was some of these things, these reports that I have worked on as somebody who operates in media space. Because I get these reports and all that, work on them as a news, somebody who operates in a media space. And I wonder how people think like this. That was what inspired me to write the book, The Human Body Parts Censors. It's a book that you can check it out in Amazon. It's also available on Barnes and Noble. You can get them, read it. Check them out. I'm sure when you pick it, you can't drop it until you get to the last page. Because what I did there was to use characters to depict the belief system of several Nigerians who think that the road to wealth is through ritual killings and all that. But at the end of the day, when you read the book, like what you see in the movies, you find out that if you go through that part, you will end in misery. So people should be allowed to show their creativity. Government should not be seen to be stifling creativity. The danger in that is that you don't know what they will do next. Because politicians, and Nigerian politicians in particular, are so selfish that they will always take advantage of every opportunity. Today, they want to see ritual killings banned in movies. Tomorrow, you don't know what they will say that they want to be banned again. They don't want you to depict corrupt politicians in your movie script, because it gives impression that Nigeria is a corrupt country. But in reality, Nigeria is a corrupt country. It ought to be depicted in every movie, in every skit, everywhere, that Nigeria is corrupt. That is a fact. But they can come up with laws telling you, look, we want to attract foreign investors. This is stifling foreign investment from coming into Nigeria. Foreign direct investment is being threatened by you depicting Nigeria as being a corrupt country. That's why, as I said earlier on, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.